In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the social attaché features for sending and modifying Gmail mail messages. So the first thing we're going to do is go to socialattache.com, click on the login button in the top right corner. And we'll log into the account I set up for this test. We're going to go to the Settings tile and click there. Go to the Synchronizations tile and click there. Now we don't have any synchronization set up. We're going to add a synchronization to my Test Google account. Click on the I Want To menu. Click on Create Google Synchronization. Now this is just telling us that we're going to be sent to Google. Allow this. Now we have this test synchronization set up. So what Social Attaché is going to do now, it's going to access this account using our token, and it's going to download some messages and calendar events and tasks. So it takes about an hour to do that, depending on how much data it's got to download. So we're going to wait a little while and then refresh this page until we see a date here next to last synchronized. So I'm going to pause the video here and come back and check on this later. So we've refreshed the page here after a bit. We can see that there's a time in here for the synchronization. So that tells us that Social Attaché has imported the initial data. So what we're going to do now is demonstrate some of the features that make use of those permissions that we need from Google. So first we'll go look at the messages that were imported. We're going to go to the menu here and click on Conversations. And what we're looking at here is the list of incoming email that are in that Google account that we just synchronized. So these are incoming emails that I've received at that test account. And what we can do with any of these emails is we can mark them as read, and we can flag them, and we can also mark them as unread and unflag them. And these changes that we make here will take effect when we leave the page. They'll be stored locally in our database. So I'm going to leave the page here. Now at this point, those changes have been saved in our database, and that'll be pushed out to that Google account the next time the synchronization occurs, like in about an hour. So if we check back in an hour, we'll go see that those that the flag and the red flag has changed on the Google side. The other thing we can do is we can reply. So let's go back into Conversations here on this tile. Click here. Now we can see that the red and flag state has been saved here, but of course those haven't been pushed out to Google yet. And let's test a reply here. So I'm going to reply to this email here. So I'm going to click the reply button. And I'm just going to type in test here. And it's sending through this Google account here. And this is an HTML email. We'll leave everything untouched here, and I'll just click send at the very bottom here. So that has sent that email as a reply. And now we're going to go to the contacts. So we're going to click menu here and contacts. And there's only one contact in here I've added just for test purposes. So we can click on this contact to open it up. And we can click this button here on the left email button here, to send an email to this address using our Google account. So we'll click this button here. And I'm going to go test 2 this time. And we'll click send. And this is just a feature of the site that allows us to add a description about the email we just sent. We'll just hit cancel here. And we're just going to exit here by clicking this left button here. Now we're back at contacts. We're going to go up one more level by clicking the left bar here. And we're back at the home screen. Alright, so I took a bit of a pause here to allow Social Attaché to synchronize stuff again. And let's go over to our Google account. This is the Google test account that I'm using. And we can see that the first message that I marked as red is now marked red inside Google. And the one that I flagged is now marked with a yellow star inside Google. Now I'm going to mark these 2 messages here as flagged, and we'll see if that comes back into Social Attaché. So we're going to take another pause here. And Social Attaché usually takes about an hour to synchronize things, but I've just checked and it's already synchronized. Depends when you catch it. So we're going to switch back to Social Attaché here, and let's go to the conversations page. And now we can see that these 2 other emails have now been flagged. So that shows that the synchronization goes in both directions, that you can make changes inside of Social Attaché with the flags and the red count. We can reply to emails, and we can send new emails, all from inside Social Attaché. And that's why we require those permissions from Google to allow people to manage their email from inside Social Attaché. And now the last thing we want to do is remove this synchronization, especially if you've been testing your own account with this. So we're going to go to Menu, Settings, Synchronizations. Click the checkbox to the left of the synchronization. Go to the I want to menu and click Delete Synchronization. And we're going to delete. And that is the end of this test.